Bees, they're amazing. I didn't know till I started getting into them that this was a totally unique creature. I've never seen another animal work so well together ever. I think this is just an amazing little group of gals that are doing some hard work over and over and over again. Truth is, I've been thinking about doing bees for years now, and I had some family members that actually gave me quite a bit of equipment. So I figured, what better time to start than now? So I got all the pieces and parts together, and saw what I had, what I needed to have, and went through those pieces with a fine-tooth comb, and figured out what was going to work for me and what wasn't. So the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to catch my own bees. So I went to making a swarm trap. The swarm trap, you just use this old comb. This is comb that's been used from the bees for years, and the bees that are out flying around can smell this. So you take a bunch of these frames that have this old comb on it, and you put them in a box. Maybe use some lemongrass oil and stick them in the box, and the bees will smell that. They'll go in and investigate it with their scout bees, and then you can hopefully trap them. So that's what I did. I put this box together and went to go and waiting on the bees, and I didn't get anything. I mean, it was crickets. So luckily I have a mentor, and believe it or not, it's a bee mentor. His name's Andrew, and he actually caught some bees by accident. So he gave me some bees, and what you can see here is me transferring those bees into my hive, and just frame by frame and minute by minute, and it was pretty intimidating, I gotta say, at first. But the more that you got into moving things around and seeing how the bees react, the cooler it was. And then at one point it's just a matter of just sitting here and once they start going, just watching them, and you're just kind of mesmerized at the work that they do. And so I started getting into doing the hive inspections, and you can't do them all the time, or do them every day. You got to wait a week and do them. But there's a lot of stuff that you have to look for. I didn't realize how much there was to beekeeping, and we had a guy that actually came to our we have a bee meeting, believe it or not, for a 2-county area around me. And one of the best things that this guy said was, when he came to our meeting, was, you need to be a beekeeper and not a bee haver. And I thought that was just phenomenal. It really is like keeping another, like a herd of cattle, or any other animal, where you have to tend to them. You have to give them what they need in order for them to thrive. So I thought it was a pretty cool statement to make. Now, one of the things you got to look for is like what's called brood, and that's that brown stuff you see here. That's where the queen has laid her eggs. The larvae has started to grow from those eggs, and then they end up capping them over. It turns into a pupa, and then a bee will chew its way out of there when she's fully grown. And then she comes out and she turns into a nurse bee and helps the other ones do the same thing. And that keeps going as the process keeps going. And one of the things you got to look for is the fact that they can run out of room very quickly. And if they do that, they have this way of ensuring their survival by, they just create a new queen. They feed her some special, what they call royal jelly, when she goes into a special queen cell that they've made. And then half that hive, they get out of town, and they jet and they go and find a new home. Now, sometimes they can't find a new home, and they'll swarm into like a tree, and they'll end up being in a ball like you see here. And I used to think those were super dangerous. As a matter of fact, I feel bad about it, but we actually on the fire department killed one of these balls of bees at one point because we thought it was a danger to the kids that were around it. And truly all it is, it's like a traveler at a rest stop, and they've stopped and they're trying to figure out where they're going to go, and they've got scouts out looking for new homes. And so this is nothing to worry about. And once they've figured it out, then where the home's at, they'll all swarm to that new home, and they're really pretty docile because they've got no honey or anything to protect. It's kind of a cool process from beginning to end. And once they get going in a new home, man, do they go. As you can see here, you can see those yellow sacs on their legs. That's all the pollen that the bees are bringing in to the hive and starting anew. And it's pretty cool. One of the other things that I got to witness at my hive was what's called an orientation flight. And once you get the babies that have come out, they've nursed, now they're starting to fly, they'll do these figure 8 patterns in front of the hive, just kind of orientating themselves with the sun and with the hive, so they know where to come back to. They just keep doing these bigger and bigger circles after that, which I thought was pretty cool. But there's all kinds of stuff I enjoy about this hobby already. One of the things, even my smoker, just getting that running, and it's almost like trying to keep your pipe lit. It's keeping it running at the right pace, the right fuel, and just something as simple as getting your smoker working can be enjoyable. It also can be frustrating, but it's just a lot like pipe smoking, I guess. So, guys, that's what I've got, and don't take this video as somebody trying to teach you how to raise bees. This is more so a journey of going through having my own beehive and learning what I need to learn. And one last thing I'm going to leave you with is, if you do decide to get bees, to me, the biggest goal is getting your bees to make it through winter. Winter, especially up in the north where I'm at, winters can be pretty hard, so you want to take care of them. You want to look for what's called mites, and all mites are these little tiny bugs, believe it or not, tiny enough to be like a tick on a bee, and they can really cause a lot of havoc and get your bees sick enough that they won't make it through the winter. So just things like that you got to watch for. So much more to learn from this, guys, but I'm going to leave you alone for now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you all are doing well. Until next time, you take care.